Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and the Bitcoin related stocks. Okay, congrats everyone that caught the video on Friday. You know, we put that video out early on Friday morning because Bitcoin was bouncing and the stocks in that sector were in play. So yeah, huge follow through today. Congrats everyone. Bitcoin did top out today early on up here at this 41.15. Notice how there was a double top in the morning. So it double topped here at 41.15 and then it pulled back. It did find support down here when it dropped below 4,000. It hit 39.50 and then it came back up, and now it's currently back above 4,000. And so what we want to see is we want to see that 4,000 level turn into support. It would be best if Bitcoin could stay above 4,000 and start building off of that level for a move back to 5,000. So yeah, so with Bitcoin making a huge move today, currently up over 7%, almost 8%. Stocks like GBTC, the Bitcoin Investment Trust, had another huge day, closed up 18%. So that's on top of the 21% gain on Friday. So this has been a phenomenal move. You know, congrats everyone that's been following this play. Good job. We've got RSI now at 54, so it's in the bull zone with room to run. Keep an eye on Fasto. It'll be best if you can get above 50. Back above 50 will signal the chart is hot. Notice there was a bullish crossover today on ADX. Plus DI, the green line, crossed minus DI, the red line, to the upside. That's after plus DI crossed ADX to the upside. This is a signal that the bulls are taking control. Okay, check out the last big run back here. Look at what happened on ADX. The green line crossed the red line to the upside, and during this huge push, the green line was above the red line. Now it's back above. If that green line stays above the red line in ADX, that's going to be a signal that the bulls are still strong. If it drops back below, that's going to be a signal that the share price could consolidate. Now for GBTC and the next stocks that we're going to follow, we're going to show you here. The middle Bollinger Band is the huge resistance level. Notice how it closed right below that level today. The middle Bollinger Band is currently at 747. That's this dotted purple line, and the share price closed at 744. So in order to start a new uptrend, it needs to close above that level. That happened if you look back here on the run back in July. There was a close above the middle Bollinger Band, and then the middle Bollinger Band turned into support, and then a big bullish move followed. And so if the middle Bollinger Band fails to break here and it fails to close above, you could see a pullback. Notice there is a gap between high of day on Friday and low of day today, so that gap could fill if there was a drop down to 650. Going forward, if it does close above the middle Bollinger Band, then we're looking for a potential run back up to this upper Bollinger Band and the $1,000 high close level. The upper Bollinger Band is currently at 960. So yeah, so this is a really huge move. Notice there was a big volume down here on the bounce, so there was heavy loading. A bullish reversal pattern did form today. Bullish two rabbits. You don't see this pattern very often, but with the gap down open on Friday and then the white candle forming, and then you had the open red candle, and then you had the nice white candle today. It opened halfway into the previous candle, then it closed into the candle on Thursday. This is forming bullish two rabbits, and so now we'll be looking for bullish reversal confirmation. If you look here at the GBTC 15-minute chart, okay, so this is just this looks like a 5-6 day daily chart or 15-minute chart, and so each candle is only 15 minutes of trading. And if you look here, the key development is the share price, okay, has filled the jar back to this September 12th level. So that was back here. That jar filled today. Notice how the share price came all the way down. It formed basically a double bottom down here in this 480, 490 zone, and then it came all the way back up, and it retraced all the way back to that September 12th level. And when it did, it hit the 300 simple moving average at 746. That's the blue line there. And then the share price pulled back. It managed to hold the EMA 8. Notice how it held the middle Bollinger Band here on the pullback. That's exactly what you want to see if you're a bull. And then it closed right back at that 300 simple moving average. So going forward, it needs to break above 746 and turn that level into support. And then that would be a signal that a new uptrend is starting. So it's worked its way all the way back to the two big levels, the middle Bollinger Band on the daily chart and the 300 simple moving average in the 15-minute chart. A close above both levels levels, and both levels turning into support is what bulls want to see to signal that a new uptrend is starting and that there's going to be a push higher. So yeah, so keep an eye on that level tomorrow. If that level fails to break, if resistance fails to break, you could see it pull back, and then the big support levels down here where the 50 simple moving average and 200 simple moving average are converging down here around 680. Okay, so yeah, so then with GBTC running, we had MGTI making a huge move today, closed up 20%. Keep in mind, McAfee, came out and said last week on CNBC on the Friday Fast Money edition that they were the largest Bitcoin miners in the United States. There's a big crackdown right now in China. I did read a little bit last night about them cracking down on the miners as well. Don't quote me on this, but what I read was something like they're going to be pulling the plug on the miners by September 30th on their internet connection. They're trying to attack the internet services to the miners and to people involved with Bitcoin, like the exchanges, so that they cannot operate after September 30th. If that happened, you would think that would be beneficial for U.S. miners like MGTI. That they should benefit if there's less people mining in China. China is only accounting for 10% of the trading right now in Bitcoin, but they still are representing the last that I saw, once again, don't quote me on this, but the last I read, they were accounting for 50% of the Bitcoin mining. So if you take them out of the mining operations, then bam, all of a sudden that's going to open it up for other players to step in. We'll see. That's just my little take on the situation, and I could be wrong. So if you look here at RSI, it's currently back above 50. It's at 55. So there is room to run until the 70 overbought level. Keep an eye on Fasto. You want to see that get back above 50. You've got a nice bullish crossover here on ADX with the green line crossing the red and black lines to the upside. Just like the other chart, this is right at the middle Bollinger Band. This did close above the middle Bollinger Band, currently at 269. And so you want to see that level turn into support. If that level holds, then there'll be more upside potential, and you could see a run back up to this 390 level. So yeah, this is a really good move here for MGTI. There is a gap below, and so if the share price does pull back, you could see the gap fill. And so a drop down to about 225 would fill the gap. Yeah, and so if you look down here, there was good volume behind the move, and the MACD is pinched down on this 8, 13, and 5, so keep an eye out for a bullish crossover. Failed to turn the middle Bollinger Band into support, and the share price could pull back. Okay, take a look here at BTCS. It is currently at 50.62 on RSI, so that is good. You want to see that stay above 50. If you look back here when this last big uptrend started back in July, there was a break above 50 on RSI, and then then during the entire run, as it was pushing higher, RSI stayed above 50. So that's what we want to see here again. It failed to stay above 50 back here when support broke in August, and so we want to see that 50 level hold. If it can stay above that, that's going to be a sign that the chart is building strength. Once again, it hit that middle Bollinger Band currently at 14 and pulled back, and so it has to close above that level and turn it into support to start a new uptrend. Look back here on July the 11th, closed above the middle Bollinger Band, new uptrend started. So it's right at that level. If it fails to break, look, you can see there's a gap between high of day on Friday and low of day today. So you could see a drop down to 12 to fill that gap if the middle Bollinger Band fails to turn into support. There was a close above the 50-day simple moving average at 13. That's that green line. That was a very bullish close. And it also did break the 200-day simple moving average at 11. As well as EMA 13 at 12. So 3 of our key resistance levels broke. Now, if you look at the chart on what's happened here in the last 2 days, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 key resistance levels have been broken in 2 trading days. This is a huge move by BTCS. There's only one moving average resistance level left to break, and that's right here, the middle Bollinger Band at 14, which is also the 20-day simple moving average. If it can close above that level and turn it into support, that would mean that BTCS is trading above all the moving averages. That makes it a very strong chart. So yeah, so keep an eye on it. It fails to turn that level into support though, and you could see it consolidate and pull back and test the moving averages below. Okay, let's take a look at BTSC. Okay, this stock is heating up as well. It didn't didn't make as big a move as the other plays. Notice that RSI and FASTO are both below 50 at 48 and 47, so they need to get above 50 for the chart to heat back up. Okay, so today there was a big gap up open as well above the 50-day simple moving average. That's the green line at 0.079. You want to see that level turn into support along with this orange line, which is EMA 13 at the same level. And so if those levels can hold, then the next level to break is going to be this middle Bollinger Band at 0.085. We want to see that close above that level, or 86, and turn into support, and that would signal a new uptrend, and we'd be shooting for the upper Bollinger Band at 11. A doji did form today. It's trying to confirm this bullish reversal pattern. If you look here, the pull, there is a slight gap in between high of day on Friday and low of day today, so that gap could fill on a pullback. This looks like a pause candle, and so it looks like it's a pause in the bounce. And so what we want to see now is we want to see that 8 level hold, and then a push above 8.5, 8.6 tomorrow, and that would signal that the bounce is still in progress. If you see it drop back below that 50-day simple moving average, that would be a signal that the chart's not ready to go, and that would signal downside risk. Okay, take a look at GAHC. Okay, this is the last Bitcoin blockchain related stock we're going to look at here, and this one is struggling a little bit. It's down here still. It's at 40 on RSI, so it's not. It's still. It's in the gray zone here. It's not oversold. It's not overbought. It's not in the bull zone. It needs to get back above 50 for to be signaling the chart is heating back up. There was a close above the 20 on FASTO. That is good. It's above 20. It needs to stay above that oversold level. On Friday, there was this crossover on ADX with DI crossing ADX to the upside. That was good. You want to see this green line crossing the red line up here to the upside. That would be a signal that the bulls are taking control. If you look here, GAHC, it had the nice run up today, but then the bears attacked and they were able to pull the share price all the way back, actually below the open. And when a stock is up on the day but it closes below the open, it forms a black candle, and so that is a signal that even though it was up slightly, the bears were actually in control into the close. The key development on this chart is this pink line here. That's EMA 4 currently at 0.016. That level is turning into support. That's 2 days in a row that there's been a close above that level. As long as that level holds, there will be more upside potential. If there's a close below that level, that'll signal downside risk, and you could see a drop down to 13, 0.013. To the upside, it's got to get above the next resistance level, which is the lime colored line, which is EMA 8 at 0.018. That's the next big level to break. It has to break that level to continue moving higher. You've got EMA 13, the 100, the 50, and the 20-day simple moving averages above to break. It's working on it. It's bouncing. It had very light volume today. There wasn't, there weren't many buyers. The buyers just didn't step up, and so it's going to take buyers to push this thing through resistance. Okay, this is a great move for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin related stocks. As you can see here, Bitcoin is at $4,052 right now. It's up 8%. We're looking for more upside, and in case you missed it, Ethereum made a really good move as well, up nearly 12% today. So it's making a comeback after having a big drop as well. So keep an eye on ETH. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this video. If you'd like to learn more about charts and technical analysis, check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com.